Welcome to The Explainer. We're talking about a handshake today, but not just any handshake. This one's worth a cool $2.6 billion. And believe me, it signals a huge shift in global energy and alliances.
So here's what we're going to do. We're diving deep into this massive India-Canada uranium deal. First, we'll tackle that huge headline-grabbing number. Then, we'll get into the why. What's the incredible ambition behind it? After that, you'll see how this is way bigger than just uranium. We're talking a new global strategy, and even resetting a relationship that's been, well, pretty rocky.
Okay, so let's get right into it, starting with the number that got everyone talking.
$2.6 billion. I mean, that's a massive number, right? But what are we really talking about here? What does that money actually buy? Because this isn't just some simple one-off purchase. No, this is a major strategic play to lock down a supercritical resource for years and years to come. So here's the deal in a nutshell. Canada's Cameco Corp, which is one of the biggest names in uranium, is going to supply India's Department of Atomic Energy with 22 million pounds of uranium ore concentrate. And this isn't short-term, it's locked in for 9 years, from 2027 all the way to 2035. Think about what that does. It gives India a totally secure, predictable supply of nuclear fuel. They don't have to worry about the crazy ups and downs of the global energy market. It's a huge deal for their energy security.
Okay, so that leads to the big question, right? Why does India need so much uranium, and why now? Well, it all comes down to a really, really ambitious national dream.
And this is where it gets really interesting. You'd think with 24 nuclear reactors up and running, nuclear power would be a big part of India's energy mix. But look at this. It's less than 3%. Less than 3%. That tiny slice of the pie shows you just how much room there is for them to grow.
And when we say grow, we mean explode. I mean, just look at these numbers. They're planning to go from their current capacity of about 8 gigawatts all the way to a mind-blowing 100 gigawatts by 2047. That's more than a 12-fold increase. You can't even dream of doing something that massive without knowing for sure that you have the fuel to power it all. That's why this deal with Canada is so absolutely crucial. It's literally one of the cornerstones of this entire plan.
But here's the thing. An ambition this big needs more than just a steady supply of fuel. And that's where we see that this uranium deal, it's actually just the beginning. It's the anchor for something much, much bigger between India and Canada.
Yeah, that $2.6 billion contract is really just the tip of the iceberg. It's actually just one piece of a whole package. We're talking 9 separate agreements here. They're teaming up on all sorts of things. Critical minerals like lithium and cobalt, which you need for batteries and EVs, and even next-gen nuclear tech like small modular reactors. And all of this is happening while they're pushing forward on a massive free trade deal they call CEPA. It's the whole shebang.
And the goal they've set for this whole partnership, it's just as ambitious as the nuclear plan. They want to take their bilateral trade from about $13 billion a year to $50 billion by 2030. That's almost quadrupling it in just a few years. Incredible.
So, you can see now, this goes way beyond just trade and energy. This is a major geopolitical move. It's a real sign of a big shift in how countries like India and Canada are thinking about their place in the world, especially when it comes to supply chains.
And this whole strategy has a name. It's called friendshoring. And this deal is like the perfect example of it. The basic idea is pretty simple. In a world with a lot of tension, you want to get your most important stuff, like energy, minerals, you name it, from countries you trust, from your friends. It's all about reducing how much you depend on geopolitical rivals or places that might be unstable.
And this quote right here just nails it. It's about using energy cooperation as a launching pad for deeper economic ties, all while making your alliances with other democracies stronger. It's a very deliberate move. The thinking is, let's tie our economies and our energy needs together. That way, you're not just creating wealth, you're also building a more stable and secure world for everyone involved.
Okay, but to really understand why this deal is such a big deal, you have to know the backstory between India and Canada. And let's just say, it's been a little rocky lately. Complicated is putting it mildly.
You know, things got really tense. There was friction for years, but it all came to a head in 2023 with a major diplomatic fight. They even had to suspend trade talks. So after all that, for this deal to happen now, it's a huge diplomatic reset. It feels like both sides decided, okay, let's hit pause on the drama and focus on what we can build together. And they're using energy and economics as the foundation to rebuild that trust.
So, when you put it all together, it leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? Is this just a simple deal to get fuel for some power plants? Or are we actually looking at a blueprint for the future?
a whole new way for democratic countries to work together, using these deep economic partnerships to create a future that's more secure, more resilient, and more prosperous for everyone.
And really, that's the core of it. That's why this deal is so significant. It's not just one thing. It's where energy security, massive economic ambition, and a fast-changing world all collide.
Hey, if you found this explainer useful, do us a favor and hit that like button. Share it with someone you think would be interested, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown. And I really want to know what you think. Drop a comment below. Is this friend-shoring strategy the real deal? Is it the future? Let's talk about it.